Hey, what's up, YouTube? Baseball Card Junkies here. Eric and Nate, your hosts, and today we're going to talk about how the 1998 home run chase impacted the baseball card hobby. Yep. I was right in the middle of the hobby during 1998. How about you, Eric?
It actually kind of got me back into the hobby in 1998.
Yeah. I actually got back into the hobby in 97, and then it really took off in 98 because of the home run chase. That had a huge impact on the hobby.
Yes, it did.
So I know a lot of people are down on Mcgwire and Sosa and steroids and all that, and I understand that. However, if it wasn't for the summer of 98, who knows what would have happened to baseball, because baseball was still recovering from that strike.
Yep.
Man, that strike just killed baseball, killed the hobby. So we're going to talk about a few cards that had a pretty big impact in 1998. And, of course, this one, the Topps 85 401. And if all you guys are wondering where my name comes from, now you know. Card number 401 in the 85 Topps set. This card had an absolute huge impact on the hobby. I remember going into the 98 season, this card was like a $15, $20 card. What do you think?
Yeah, it's probably right around that. Maybe $30.
Yeah, maybe 30, because the previous year McGwire had hit like 58 homers.
And I remember at the time, the woman that I was dating, this was on my Christmas present wish list.
Oh, wow.
And she found it at a baseball card store for $250. It actually booked at one time during the kind of the height of 1998, like really when he was getting close to the record, upwards of $500.
I don't remember it booking that high, but I do remember it being a $250 card.
It was up there.
Yeah, I remember going to a hobby shop, and I had like 6 or 8 of these, and the guy at the hobby shop offered me $135 for each one cash.
There you go.
I did not sell them. I kept them.
Probably should have sold them.
Well, obviously I should have sold them. I still have them. It's sitting in my box.
Guess what? Now you can get them for $5 each on eBay.
Yeah. Now you can. Well, but we're talking about how it impacted the hobby in '98. But yeah, now obviously now you can get these for $5 on eBay in raw condition.
And a big thing that people were doing, because batting practice was so huge to watch him hit batting practice. So when he would come to the Giants games and he was playing and hitting batting practice, he always signed autographs during that time. The big thing was getting that card autographed too.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of these.
So you see a lot of 1985 Topps Mcgwire cards with his autograph.
Yeah. This card actually looks really sharp with like a blue or red auto on a Sharpie. I've seen it. Yeah, black ones look good. But what I remember about this card is when the year started, it was like a $20, $30 card, and I remember picking up a lot of them because Mcgwire, like people were asking Mcgwire, do you think you could beat Maris's record in the 98 season, barely before the season even began? So that just shows how much anticipation people had for Mcgwire breaking the record, because the previous year he had hit 58 homers, and he seemed to be in the prime of his career, so people kind of anticipated him breaking the record. And I remember as the season went on, it went up to $50, $75, $100, $125. 150, 200, and then I remember it peaking out at $250, and I stopped buying these when they were like $75. But I probably picked up about 10 of these in the 1998 season.
Yeah, maybe it was the Tiffany that I was booking around 500.
Yeah. I could see the Tiffany
somewhere up there.
Yeah, but anyway, so we got that card. Lots of great memories with this card, and guys, I know probably most of you don't PC Mcgwire, but I think everybody should have a copy of this card because of the impact that it did have on the hobby. It really put the hobby back on the map.
True.
Another card in 89 or 98, excuse me, is this. This is kind of a card that was like
a sleeper card.
It's a big time sleeper card in 98, and the reason why is this is before Sammy Sosa's technical rookie card. This is printed in 1989. It's from Don Russ Baseball's Best Set. And I remember when I discovered this card, I was absolutely went nuts for it. And the reason why is I didn't know it existed. I mean, a Sammy Sosa card that was actually produced in mass quantity a year before his real rookie card, and it features him in a Texas uniform instead of the White Sox. Just a really cool card. And these cards were selling for quite a bit at one point. I think, God, what did this card max out at? Maybe 25, 30 bucks, something like that.
Sosa never really reached that high dollar amount that Mcgwire did.
Well, yeah, he didn't break the he did break
it. He just only stopped at 66 home runs.
Yeah, he stopped at 66. Funny story about the 98 season. At one point, technically, Sammy Sosa was the single season home run. He had the single season home run record because the season wasn't over. He actually passed Mcgwire. I think when he was at like 65 homers, Mcgwire was at 64.
Yeah.
And Sosa had the record for technically like an hour and a half, and then Mcgwire tied it, and then proceeded to pass it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is another great card from 1989, and I mean, obviously his Leaf card had a bigger impact. I'll show you guys. I got it in my box here. This Leaf card had a bigger impact in the hobby. Yeah. This one right here, I remember these were selling for like 60 bucks, but this one was my favorite just because it was just like, where did that come from? Kind of helped get me started on like kind of the oddball box set cards and like unknown rookie cards.
It's kind of the equivalent of the prospect cards, like that first Bowman card.
Yeah.
But and another note on the home runs, Mcgwire technically hit 71 home runs that year.
Oh,
he had one taken away because
I think it was at Wrigley Field.
Fan interference.
Yes. When they went back and reviewed the tape, the ball actually left the ballpark, and then it bounced off the fan and went back in the field to play, and it was ruled a ground rule double, if I recall.
Something like that.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, he did technically he hit 70, but he hit 71, however you want. You can argue either way. And then in the beginning of that season in 98, Griffey was also in that home run chase.
He was also in a home run chase with Matt Williams in 94.
The year of the strike.
Yeah.
But in 1998, Griffey was in that home run chase, and I think he got injured or something, and he ended up with like 54 homers that year. Yeah. Kind of like in 61, how Mantle got injured and petered out around 50-something homers, and Maris went on to break Babe Ruth's single-season home run record. But yes, this Griffey card, I remember this card was always everybody wanted this card. But in 98, it went from like a $50 card to like a $150 or $200 card.
Yeah.
So it like doubled or tripled in value.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I mean, I know you guys are like, man, I can't believe those cards sold for that much. But you don't understand, in 98, not only were these cards booking for that much, but they were selling for that much.
Mm-hmm. And just keep in mind that 89 Upper Deck Griffey is making a resurgence now as well, since he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I noticed that sales on these
they've gone up.
Yeah, I remember on eBay a few years back you could pick these up for like $10 to $15, and now they're all selling for $30 raw.
And especially the graded ones, like I did get a PSA 9. I got it for a pretty good deal. I think it was like somewhere between 50, 60 bucks. But that was on an auction style, and I happened to kind of snake that one at the end. But they are, especially in graded, like 8.5, 9, if you can find any 9.5s, they're definitely going for a higher premium as well.
Speaking about grading, in 1998, that is when the graded rookie card phase began. Because I remember reading an article about this card, the 85 Topps 401, Mcgwire, and one sold for like over $1,000, a Gem Mint 10, and I was like, what's a Gem Mint 10? What's a PSA graded card? Then all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, graded rookie cards. There was just a huge surgence of graded rookie cards in the market, and for a long time, the graded rookie cards, like if you could find it in a Gem Mint 10, were selling way higher than a raw one. I think at the time there wasn't a big population because of not a lot of people had sent in the cards to get graded. But I remember like a 90 Topps Frank Thomas Gem Mint 10 would sell for $500, and the raw one was like a $4 card or whatever. But obviously back then there weren't a lot of graded cards.
You do see that a little bit now, just not to the extreme that it was back in 98, 99, 2000.
Well, like all the junk era wax cards, there's so many of those things graded 10 now that doesn't really add that much of a premium. The Thomas might be like a $20 card, but it wouldn't be a multiple $100 card.
And then I think we want to talk kind of about the opposite as well.
Yeah.
How, you'll have rookies that start out really, really high and then start to peter off as far as value goes.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a good idea to wait a little while rather than go out and just buy the hot rookie cards at these premium values. So
yeah,
kind of like with your Mcgwires. But here's one that definitely started out in the book around $50-$60, and now I think it books for $20 to $30.
Yeah, $30.
Somewhere in that
I
range.
looked it up last night. But here's I just we wanted to finish the video by talking about a card that has just, to me, is undervalued.
2001
Bowman. Or it could be the 2001 Upper Deck Albert Pujols. So any of the base Albert Pujols rookie cards. These cards have so much potential for growth, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. One, Pujols is kind of ignored in the hobby right now for whatever reason. I don't know. But if you go and look at his numbers, he actually has more home runs, more RBIs than Mike Trout. Obviously, Trout is hitting in front of him, but he's got more homers and more RBIs than Mike Trout. He's having a really good season. He's got like 80, I looked it up, like 84, 87 RBIs this year, 22 home runs. He's hitting like...
He's 82.
82 RBIs,
82
yeah.
Because Encarnacion has 87.
Yeah, okay, that's what I saw. But anyways, I mean, Pujols he may be leading the National League in RBIs. I'm not sure.
He is leading the National League in RBIs.
But this card is a huge sleeper because everyone's obsessed with Trout and Harper. And I just picked this one up at my LCS yesterday for $20. That's $20 for Albert Pujols Bowman rookie card. And it's just like the way the hobby kind of goes in cycles, kind of like how the Griffey card is selling for double, triple what it was selling for a couple of years ago. If that trend continues, which I don't see why it wouldn't, that's going to be the same thing on this Pujols card. Maybe not right away, but when he retires.
Your 2001, your Bowman.
Yeah.
Your base tops.
Yep.
And your Upper Deck.
Upper Deck. Yeah, those are the three that you'll want to go after. Maybe the Topps Chrome as well.
Topps Chrome still could get up there.
Yeah, that
is a good one. I mean, it's still valued. I think it books because I have the Bowman Heritage, and that books at like 50. Your Topps Chrome, I think, also is at 40, 50. Yeah, that one's definitely going to go up as well.
Yeah, I guess the ones that are like in the $20 to $30 range. I mean, now's a good time to pick them up, guys. I mean, Pujols is definitely a sleeper in the hobby. And you look at his career numbers, he's got a legitimate shot at 3,000 hits. I mean, he's going to get 600 home runs. He's got a legitimate shot at 3,000 hits. What, he's like 2,700 and 75?
2,800 something now.
No, he's 2,772 or 74. He's almost at 2,800 hits. So, not next year, but the year after, I'm thinking he's going to get to that 3,000 hit mark.
Next year, he's going to hit the 600 home run mark.
Yeah.
It's almost for sure. I mean, he's DHing now.
Yeah.
And then the year after, he's going to hit 3,000. He's a legitimate candidate to potentially hit 700 home runs.
He could. I mean, he still has a few years left on his contract.
6 more years.
But I'm going to start collecting a lot more Albert Pujols. So I think now is a great time. I mean, his cards just are complete sleepers in the hobby. So, anyways, that's just kind of our video, impact of the 1998 home run chase and sleepers in the hobby right now. And just kind of general bullshitting about baseball cards.
And definitely, like we always say, feel free to comment. We love your guys' comments and suggestions.
Yep.
And then, of course, like the video if you haven't subscribed to the channel. As you know, I'm a Mcgwire super collector. If you've been paying attention, I did a little video on this channel as well as my other channel. I hit 1,000. Got some good videos on there. I'm starting to do kind of a PC spotlight of all my Mcgwire, so definitely check those out. Obviously,
I've seen his big time Mcgwire cards. This guy's got some sweet Big Mac cards. So when you post those videos, keep out for him.
Yeah. Obviously, the PEDs, which I think PED is a horrible term, performance-enhancing drugs. That was coined by the media. If you all have questions about PEDs,
we'll do a video on that.
Man.
We'll do a video on that.
I will educate you on PEDs.
Well, actually, we'll do a video on that sometime, because that would be a fun topic. I got all kinds of thoughts on that. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. I won't go there.
It's definitely a fun topic. So maybe that'll be our next video.
Yeah.
PEDs.
There you go.
All right, guys. So again, thanks for watching. We appreciate all your comments and feedback, and of course your subscriptions. So
happy collecting.
Happy collecting, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
So here we are at the LCS. We were allowed to look at the special boxes that haven't been sorted through yet. And we have
in the back room.
In the back room, behind locked doors, we have this daunting task. This is a collection. He said 90,000 prospect cards, all baseball, from like 2000 to 2013. And if we look through it, we have to keep it in order. So that should be fun. Here's the boxes that we've gone through so far. Found a few cards that I definitely need for the PC, for my Mcgwires. Then a couple of other interesting cards that I may pull the trigger on. Who knows? But anyway, this is fun. Not many people get to look back at this stuff. Find any more baseball back there?
Yeah.
All right.
We should put
my legs are crossed.
Oh, get away. All right, so.
Okay. You're going to introduce this time.
Okay. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Here, let's do it again because I fucked up.
All right.